Welcome to the Yum Yum Yogi. Today we will be making Palak, quote-unquote, Paneer, and it is vegan of course, so made with tofu. A delightful assortment of spinach, tomatoes, tofu, and spices come together in this flavorful dish. It is keto-friendly and gluten-free. Before we start cooking, let's remember, because you live by the values that are dearest to you, you possess self-respect, self-confidence, and an ability to face adversity with courage and optimism. The simplest way to make this recipe is to do it in steps. For detailed recipe, you can go to the yumyumyogi.com. Also, as the video progresses, I will share more details on ingredients. The first thing we are going to address is prepping the tofu. And for that, we would need a few spices and tofu, of course. And so let's cut the tofu into small cubes. It has to be super firm tofu. Absolutely no one will be able to tell it is not paneer. And cut it into small pieces, like 1/2 inch or 1 centimeter cubes. Take some oil and in a saucepan, add some tamari soy sauce, gluten-free if you're making it gluten-free, or any soy sauce, and heat it up on medium-high heat and saute the tofu as you're seeing. And while the tofu is sauteing with some soy sauce, the soy sauce really gives it a good flavor, so don't omit the soy sauce. Add chili powder, cumin powder, coriander powder, and some tumeric. And really saute it till it's nicely done. It should be firm to the touch and when you put it in your mouth. And once it's firm to the touch, transfer this tofu to a bowl. And we'll use the same pan. Now the second step is the tomato step. For that we need some garam masala, whole garam masala, some kasuri methi, and cabbage and tomatoes. So cut the cabbage coarsely. It doesn't have to be fine because we are going to puree it all. Even the tomatoes doesn't have to be fine. Again, take some oil in the same saucepan and fry the cinnamon stick, the cloves, the bay leaves, and the seeds from 4 cardamom pods. Just saute it slightly and then add the cabbage. And saute, and then add the tomatoes. I think this is 1 pound of tomatoes or 1/2 kg, and saute and let it cook. Put the lid on and let it cook for about 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, after you think it's totally done, add the kasuri methi and switch off the heat and put it aside. Now let's do the spinach. We are blanching the spinach. So take 6 cups or 300 grams of spinach and dunk it in boiling water for 1 minute, and then take it out of the boiling water and dunk it in cold water. See, so take it out of the boiling water and dunk it in cold water and leave it in cold water for about a couple of minutes before draining the water. And now take the spinach and puree the spinach. Puree it completely. And there, that bright green, amazing spinach is ready. Transfer it to a bowl and keep it aside for now. And now take the tomato and cabbage mixture and the spice mixture and puree it. So it should be pureed like that. It looks like that. So all the spices get pureed in it. Now take some oil. And this is step 4. Step 4 is bringing it all together. Heat some oil up in the same saucepan. Add the tomato mixture and add some water at this point. You would need it because it tends to get dry. And then to this, add some ginger, some chili powder, some turmeric powder, some coriander powder, cumin powder, and last, a tiny bit of cardamom powder and some kasuri methi. So kasuri methi, you will get it in the Indian store, of course. It's just dried fenugreek leaves. And add some salt and let it cook. Let it cook for about 10-15 minutes. And that's how it looks once it's cooked for 10-15 minutes. And now add the spinach puree to this. You stop cooking at this point, really. You don't cook the spinach any more than blanching the spinach. That is one delicious sauce right there. And then now we add the tofu to it. It is so amazing, this whole recipe. That tofu, after it sits in the spinach for a few minutes, no one will be able to tell it's not paneer. I've tried it on many people and they weren't able to tell. And so, my dear friends, before we taste it, let's remember, because you live by the values that are dearest to you, you possess self-respect, self-confidence, and an ability to face adversity with courage and optimism. Let's taste this. The flavor is amazing of the gravy. It is so tasty. Really yum yum. We have fed this at the center to everyone without telling them it's paneer or tofu, and no one could tell that this is tofu. The way you cook the tofu, it really blends with the gravy so well that you don't know that it's not paneer. You have to try this. The gravy is really, really amazing. And I like the way the spinach is not overcooked. So you have a lot of the flavor of the spinach and also the color and the nutrients of the spinach without losing all of it. So it's really yummy. Yum, yum.